When you first received your diabetes diagnosis, was your first instinct to rush to the fridge and toss out all your cheese for fear of high cholesterol or clogged arteries? I completely understand that feeling. Over the last 21 years, I've seen so many patients over 60 who are just exhausted from strict, restrictive dieting. Please know that you aren't alone in this fear. Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Sarah Johnson, a nutritionist specializing in care for seniors. Today, I want to share a simple truth. Cheese isn't your enemy. If you choose the right kind and the right amount, it can actually help slow down sugar absorption, protect your pancreatic cells, and, quite amazingly, help reduce complications. I'm going to reveal the 5 best cheeses for people with diabetes, especially the one at number 1, which holds a secret weapon for regulating insulin that almost everyone misses. Make sure to watch until the end of this video to find out what it is. Before we get started, drop a comment below and let me know. What kind of cheese is in your fridge right now, or have you given it up entirely? There is a truth about cheese and blood sugar that very few people explain to you accurately. In reality, cheese has a glycemic index, or GI, of almost 0. That is completely true, but the biochemical story inside our bodies doesn't stop there. Let me give you an example that's easy to visualize. When you eat a slice of white bread, it's just like throwing a bucket of gasoline onto a fire. The flames flare up instantly, but then they burn out very quickly. That is how simple carbs make your blood sugar spike. On the other hand, a serving of cheese acts more like glowing embers in a fireplace. They don't flare up in a flash, but they smolder steadily, maintaining a gentle, lasting warmth for hours. Why is there such a big difference? It's because about 30 to 60% of the protein in cheese is slowly converted by the liver into energy through a process called gluconeogenesis. This process happens very slowly, usually taking about 3 hours after eating to start having an effect. On top of that, the natural fat found in cheese acts like a filter, delaying the release of energy into the bloodstream for 4 to 6 hours afterward. This wonderful mechanism helps your body maintain a stable state, completely avoiding those overwhelming shocks to your pancreas. It is this slow metabolism that causes many people to measure their blood sugar at the wrong time. If you only check 1 hour after eating, the number will look totally normal, and you'll think it isn't doing anything. But try measuring it 3 hours after the meal and you will see a gentle change. That's not a bad sign. The cheese hasn't betrayed you. You were just checking at the wrong time. Portion size is everything. 1 to 2 thin slices of hard cheese or 2 to 4 tablespoons of soft cheese is the golden ratio. At this precise amount, the protein and fat will slow down gastric emptying while simultaneously stimulating your body to produce significant amounts of GLP-1. This is a fantastic natural hormone that helps regulate insulin, acting similarly to the mechanisms of the most advanced medical treatments. In other words, the right amount of cheese becomes a shield, protecting your blood sugar levels from other foods in your meal. Coming in at number 5 on our list today is fresh mozzarella cheese. This is an incredibly easy choice to find at any supermarket, meaning you can start using it tomorrow without having to go on a scavenger hunt. In 100 grams of fresh mozzarella, you get 18 grams of high-quality protein and almost 0 carbohydrates. However, the real reason it made this list isn't just about the protein. The best part is what it does for your digestive system. Fresh mozzarella is a naturally fermented cheese containing live cultures that act as gentle probiotics in your gut. A diverse microbiome produces compounds called short-chain fatty acids, the most notable being butyrate. Butyrate has been medically proven to directly support the function of beta cells in the pancreas, which are responsible for producing insulin for your body. Furthermore, it also helps put out the low-grade chronic inflammation that is the main driver of insulin resistance in older adults. My practical tip for you is to try pairing 50 grams of fresh mozzarella with tomatoes, basil, and a little bit of olive oil. This combination makes for a perfect classic caprese salad. Just remember to choose the fresh kind. Now, let's move on to an option that's easy to find. Number 4 is fresh cheese, better known as cottage cheese. There's a crucial detail that almost everyone misses. Cottage cheese doesn't protect your blood sugar through your bloodstream. It protects you by preventing what you might do 2 hours later. Let me explain. In 100 grams of cottage cheese, you get 11 grams of protein, but less than 4 grams of carbs. This amazing ratio triggers satiety hormones, keeping those hunger pangs quiet for 4 full hours. For those of us over 60, that's huge. The truth is, most of the damage doesn't come from your main meals, but from the cookies you reach for when you're hungry at 3 p.m. Cottage cheese slams that door shut. However, there is a big trap. Plain cottage cheese is your friend, but the kind with pineapple and syrup? Not so much. That stuff is loaded with sugar, which wipes out all those benefits. If you find this helpful, comment good below. Or, if you want me to share more, please like this video, so I know you want more content like this. And get ready, because the cheese at number 3 carries a special type of fat that effectively melts visceral fat in a way almost no one expects. Number 3 takes us over to the Mediterranean, and this cheese carries a special type of fat that nothing else on today's list has. It's feta. The reason feta deserves this spot isn't what you might think. The core factor lies in the milk it's made from and its specialized fat structure. An authentic, high-quality Greek feta must be made from sheep's milk or a blend of sheep and goat milk. Sheep's milk contains much higher levels of CLA fatty acids than cow's milk. Medical research has consistently shown that CLA can significantly improve insulin sensitivity. More importantly, for those over 60, it helps melt away visceral fat. This is the most dangerous kind of fat, the kind that silently clings to your liver, pancreas, and intestines. Imagine it like a layer of thick, gunky grease coating a car engine. It makes everything inside work too hard, run hotter, and break down faster. In 100 grams of quality feta, you get 14 grams of protein, less than 4 grams of carbs, and plenty of probiotics. Just give it a quick rinse in cold water to reduce the salt before eating. But get ready, because the next cheese is going to break all the rules. Now let's move on to another amazing cheese. Number 2 is ricotta. The reason it's ranked so high comes down to its quiet biochemistry. Most cheese you buy is made from the milk solids, but ricotta is completely different. It's made from leftover whey. That difference changes everything about how it interacts with your body. The protein in ricotta is whey protein. Gram for gram, whey protein is absorbed into your body much faster than the casein found in regular cheese. Specifically, it's incredibly rich in an amino acid called leucine. This is a very powerful natural stimulator that triggers the release of GLP-1. That is exactly the endocrine pathway that the most advanced medical treatments are targeting today to achieve optimal control. A study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that consuming whey protein right before a meal can help reduce post-meal blood sugar by nearly 28%. That is an incredible number coming from just a small spoonful of cheese. But the effects on your endocrine system don't stop there. This wonderful regulation is directly linked to the ultimate weapon for protecting your pancreas, which takes the number 1 spot. It's a cheese that most of us only use to sprinkle over our favorite dishes. Finally, it's time to reveal the champion on our list. Most people just think of this as a topping for pasta, never suspecting that it's actually a health treasure. It's authentic Parmesan, or Parmigiano Reggiano, the kind that has been aged for 18 to 24 months. In 30 grams of this cheese, you get 8 grams of pure protein, the highest protein density of any cheese I've listed. But the real secret is its superior vitamin K2 content. You know, vitamin K2 acts like an internal traffic cop in our bodies. It tells calcium to move from your bloodstream directly into your bones and teeth, where it's actually needed. If you're deficient in K2, calcium doesn't know where to go, leading to silent buildup in your arterial walls, which causes arterial calcification. This is a huge fear for anyone over 60, as it multiplies the risk of cardiovascular complications. When you sprinkle a little Parmesan over veggie soup or a salad, you're not just adding flavor, you're quietly cleaning out your blood vessels. If you find this information truly helpful for your health or a loved one's, comment good below. Don't forget to hit like and share this video with friends so I have the motivation to keep researching and bringing you more important health secrets. Are you ready to revamp your fridge? Let's look at the deadly mistakes to avoid next. However, for cheese to be an ally instead of an enemy, You need to avoid 3 dangerous traps I see my patients fall into every day. The first trap is processed cheese slices, the kind that are individually wrapped and sold on shelves without refrigeration. Let's be honest. That's not cheese. It's a processed dairy product full of modified starch, vegetable oil, and emulsifiers. They provide none of the probiotics or vitamin K2 that I've just described. The second trap is pre-shredded bagged cheese. To prevent clumping, manufacturers usually coat the cheese shreds with cellulose powder or potato starch. You might not notice, but this powder adds 1 to 2 grams of carbs per serving. For diabetics, that's hidden sugar you didn't know was there.